this time last year, the site we're standing on now was actually rough open land and car parking. While down at our other site, one of our other sites on Mason's Road, all of our craft trades, construction, engineering, motor vehicle, were basically crammed into the space and bursting at the seams. And we were capacity, in fact sometimes we were over capacity. But there was still a real local demand we were being asked to meet by local businesses and by students who wanted to work in these areas. And we were in a position at that point where students were at risk of being turned away. And those students, certainly in age range from 14 right the way through to adults who were already in the workplace who wanted to upskill. And this is where I can talk about a really unique part of the funding that we obtained for the construction of this academy. The funding has been made available through the local authority, and each area of Warwickshire was asked to bid for capital funding that will make a real difference to young people in the area. Now, in the south of Warwickshire, all of the secondary schools agreed that the area of construction skills was a priority for young people and supported a bid to create this academy. And we're really grateful to the schools for that support. And to Warwickshire County Council and Sarah, thank you for coming today, who granted us a total of £750,000 towards the cost of making this academy happen. With a further £100,000 from the Skills Funding Agency, the college was able to put forward a plan for creating a new academy, refurbished and enhanced the Mason's Road facility, and created, as staff here will be very happy about, a further 21 parking spaces by allowing us to demolish the old buildings on the south side of the campus. Now, the full scheme has allowed us to address a whole range of issues, including local demand, as well as some key government priorities and targets. And if you think about the groups of students who have benefited from the new accommodation and the improved space down Mason's Road, that includes our 14 to 16 students, particularly those at risk of exclusion from school or have been permanently excluded. That's allowing the college to offer a different learning experience, the same keeping those young people engaged in education, therefore improving their life chances. We've got our 14 to 16 link students, of course our full-time 16 to 18 students at level 1 through to level 3. Our off-the-job training for apprentices, and very pleased that I know we've got a representative of C-Skills here today. We've recently been approved to the C-Skills Centre, and that's really good news for our employers, because it means that they can access financial support for those apprentices in their organisations, which is fabulous. Also, of course, we're upskilling adults who are in employment, but also training for unemployed young people and adults where local skill shortages have been identified. And I think you'll agree with me that this facility will really make a difference to the lives of the local people. And I'd like to thank the governors of the college for giving the scheme their full backing and support, and to the team that delivered the academy for use this academic year. Now, one thing I hate doing actually is thank yous. And the reason I hate them, not because I don't like thanking people, but I'm always worried I'm going to leave somebody out. So if I do leave you out as I do the thank yous, then please feel thanked anyway. Okay. But on behalf of the college, I really would like to thank all those involved in the project, from conception right through to the delivery of the finished building. And that includes our external partners such as Tomlinson and Bridget Company, as well as our internal teams, leadership, management and motivation being provided by the likes of David, Hazel, Norman, Peter and Alex. And the contributions, I've got to say, the big contribution from our construction skills staff and from our caretaking team. Without those two sets of staff and their skills and knowledge, we wouldn't have the fabulous facility that we're standing in today. But finally, can I thank the students themselves? Because when the building wasn't ready for the beginning of this academic year, the staff somehow convinced them that the terms spent working in the cave of Exmoor would be worth it when they moved into this building. Yeah? And I think the outcome was everything that they hoped for. Even if they did find it a bit bright in here to start with, I gather they had to gently bring the lights up until they got used to the new surroundings. But this really is a fabulous environment for staff to teach in and for students to learn in. And I must say it's a great pleasure to be able to welcome Nadhim Zahawi, our local Member of Parliament, and I must say a great supporter of the college, and I've written here an expert on the needs for training skills, as he sits on the Business Innovation Skills Select Committee at Westminster, to come today and to officially open the Construction Academy for us. Nadhim, thank you.
Thank you very much. And the team, which you quite rightly thanked for making this academy possible, and this fantastic building going up on budget, as I understand, and on time. Can I say what an honour it is to be asked to officially open the building today and to be invited here as the Member of Parliament? And it's an honour on so many different levels. And I tell you, the most important level for me is because before entering Parliament, I was an entrepreneur and a businessman, and actually an engineer, a chemical engineer by trade. And that, to me, is probably a greater honour to be asked to do this than to be asked to do it as a politician. But in saying that, I knew I was coming here today to open this construction academy. And so I wrote a note to the Minister, John Hayes, to tell him of your achievements here and the backing you had from the County Council, which provided £750,000, as Martin quite rightly told us. And John Hayes' message is, congratulations, you're doing exactly the right thing. This is exactly the sort of academy, the sort of initiative that we need in Stratford-upon-Avon, but all over the country as well. Because although we are putting great resource into apprenticeships, sometimes it's easy to, how can I put this politely, to game the numbers so that it looks like the government is making a number of apprenticeships increase rapidly, but can sometimes, in reality, on the ground, not really deliver what I would call a long-term, sustainable solution to the problem we face in this country, which is making sure that we reduce youth unemployment, making sure that young people have the skill sets, have the tools available to them to be able to forge a career in the real world. And it is important that academies like this are celebrated, but also recognised for doing what I would call the really difficult work. Because sometimes in apprenticeship world, it's very easy, especially for the very large companies, some of the very large supermarkets who will remain nameless, to engage in apprenticeship with the government. And that's not a bad thing, but that should not be our focus, because the reality is that many of those apprenticeships would probably have happened anyway without government support. And certainly on our committee, we've been robust and constructively critical of the department to make sure that actually the real effort goes into what you're doing here in Stratford College. It is wonderful to see this building go up. I took a little bit of flack from some of the neighbours during my campaigning when I was standing for the job of MP for this area. People are unhappy about the construction, the noise and everything else, but actually I reminded people why it was important, why it was essential for the development of the college, the development of the whole economic region, that we have facilities like this in the area. And as Martin quite rightly outlined, it's also helped the college redevelop the Masons Road facility, which I visited in the past, which are absolutely wonderful. I'm going to try my hand out at bricklaying. Now, I don't think I'm a master craftsman or anywhere near that, Peter, but I'll certainly have a good go. But can I just end by echoing Martin's word, and that it is you, the students here, that really matter, and of course the team and all the people who have put in such an effort to make this building happen, and the team that will continue to teach you and to equip you for what I would hope will be a fantastically prosperous future in the real economy. This country needs to go back to building things and making things and selling them to the world, and it all starts here. So thank you very much indeed, and congratulations.
Proceed.
Here we go.
How are you doing, Martin?